Hi guys, so this is the third video for this lesson, and we're going to go over this part of the worksheet, radicals with variables. Okay, so what I'm doing today is that I'm going over this worksheet for you, this front and back, and if you guys copy everything I have on this video, you can have 100 for your classwork. All right, so this will be 1 grade, and I will make it due on Wednesday, and then you're on your own for this the homework part, okay? And you have to follow directions on the videos so that you can complete the worksheet, and then it will be another grade. I will see how I'm going to grade it, if it's going to be homework or not. I will decide on that because it's a little bit tough to make any decisions on this. It's not easy. So let me go ahead and solve this for you. All right. So again, we're dealing with radicals with variables now. So under the roots, root signs, exponent signs, we do have numbers and letters, which are variables. Okay. So square roots, when we're dealing with the square roots, exponents must be multiples of 2. Cube roots, exponents must be multiples of 3. And fourth root, when we're dealing with the fourth roots, the exponents must be multiples of 4. So again, multiples of 2 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. All right? So it's easier to explain with the example than without example. So let me write this down. So this is number 9. And that's what's given to us, okay? And we see that we are dealing with a square root, all right? So square root, I'm going to just put 2 here. So like I said, when we're dealing with the square roots, we have to be dealing with the exponents must be multiples of 2. So here we have x to the 4th power. 4 is multiple of 2. X to the 9th power. 9 is not multiple of 2. But first we will be dealing with the number, all right? So 32 is not a perfect square. Therefore, we have to break down the 32. So it has to be perfect square times some number. So 32 is actually 16 times 2. X to the 4th power is left alone. I'm going to just leave it here for now. And then now we do have, it's actually y to the 9th power. So this is not a multiple of 2. So what we can do is this, we can break this a y to the 9th power by y to the 8th power and y to the 1st power. Remember the rule when we multiply the exponent, when we multiply exponents, we add their powers, right? So 8 plus 1 is 9. That's what we have. So we just broke it down correctly. So square root of 16 is what? Is 4. Square root of x to the 4th power is actually x to the 2nd power. And I'm going to just explain it to you like this. I'm going to bring it down. And that's what I'm doing, right? So the trick is this. I'm going to leave the x alone. And then this number on the bottom, like on top of the x, is going to end up on the bottom. And then 2 is going to end up, no, actually 4 is going to go on the top and the 2 is going to go on the bottom. Okay. So it's actually 4 divided by 2 is 2. So it's x to the 2nd power. That's how I decided that the answer is x to the 2nd power. Again, since I made a mistake, I'm going to do it again. All right. So that's what so this is that part that I'm dealing with right now. So that's what it is. So the answer is x. And then 4 goes on the top of the fraction and 2 goes on the bottom. 4 on the top, 2 on the bottom. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So it's x to the 2nd power. Okay. So now y to the 8th power, right? And then we have to take a square root of this. So what I'm going to do, it's y, this 8 goes on top and 2 goes on the bottom. So it's y to the 4th power. Y to the 4th power. And what is left? What is left under that radical? Remember, we took the square root of 16 is 4. 2 is still there. We didn't do anything with it. So it's going to stay under the radical. So it's 2. And then we did nothing with y. So y is still there. So this is our answer. Let me go over problem 10. And I'll try to do it as fast as I can. So square root of 324, a to the 3rd power, b to the 7th power. So 324 is not our perfect square, correct? No, it's not. So actually it is. Square root of 324 is 18, because 18 times 18 is 324. So we're in business here. Square root of 324 is 18. And then, like I said, the power, the exponent, has to be a multiple of 2, because we're dealing with the square root, okay? So we're going to break this down like this. A to the 3rd power is a squared times a to the 1st power. B to the 7th is b to the 6th, b to the 1st. Why I'm doing this again? To take the square roots of this, of these parts. Okay, and everything else will stay under the square root. So, square root of a squared is a, square root of b to the 6th power is b to the 3rd power. And then a and b to the 1st power will stay under the radical. Number 11, we're dealing with the cube root. So our exponents have to be multiples of 3. All right? Is this multiple of 3? Yes. Is this multiple of 3? Great. Yes. Can we take a cube root of 216? Yes, we can, because cube root of 216 is 8. Because 8 to the 3rd power is 216. So it's 8. Now, m, and it's 3 over 3. N, 6 over 3. The way we did it right here. Please rewatch this piece, this part of the video, if you do not understand what I'm doing. But I'll explain it again right here. So it's m, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. N, 6 on the top, 3 on the bottom. So this number is always going to be on the bottom. So then I'm going to simplify. It's 3 over 3 is 1, so it's m to the 1st power, which is m, n to the 2nd power, because 6 over 3 is 2. Number 12. Cube root of 56, r to the 8th, r to the 4th. All right? So again, is this my perfect cube? No, it's not. So we have to start dividing 56 by everything we can, by every perfect cube possible. So we divided it by 8, and then we got 7, because 56 is 7 times 8. So it's 8 times 7. R to the 8th power, is this multiple of 3? No. So we have to make it multiple of 3. 6 is multiple of 3, and 6 plus 2 is 8. That's how we broke down the r to the 8th power. It's r to the 6th times r to the 2nd. S to the 3rd times s to the 1st. To make s to the power, that would be multiple of 3, which is right here. Okay? So we prepared what we're going to do. So cube root of 8 is 2. 7 is left under the cube root. Cube root of this is going to be r to the 6 over 3. R to the 2nd is left under the radical, because it's not multiple of 3, just stays there. S to the power 3 over 3, please watch the couple of minutes back from the video to figure out how I did this if you didn't understand yet. And s to the 1st power. Now I'm going to simplify. 2 r to the 2nd, because 6 over 3 is 2, s to the 1st, and then square root of of this. So this is the answer. Number 13, we're dealing with the negative number, negative radicand, all right? And then with the third degree radical. All right, so again, the exponents must be the multiples of 3. 10 is not multiple of 3. First, we're going to take the cube root of 64, and it is negative 4. Because negative 4 to the third power is negative 64. Now we're going to deal with this. So it's x to the 9th times x to the 1st. That's how we factored them. Okay? And 21 is multiple of 3. So negative 4 is left alone. This is x to the 9 over 3. X is inside of the radical, and then y, 21 over 3. So the final answer is negative 4x to the 3rd, y to the 7th, square root of 7. Number 14, I think you can do on your own. Number 15, you can do on your own as well. 16, you can do it. 17, you can do it as well. And then I'm just going to go over 18 because the video is getting too long, and I'm sure you're tired of me talking. I'm tired of myself talking. So that's what we see, right? It's something to the 8th power, and it's a 4th degree root of that. Okay, so imagine that it's something here. Whatever it is, y minus 3, it's raised to the 8th power. So the answer is going to be y minus 3, and then we put it inside of the parentheses, and we're going to do the same thing what we were doing previously was this. Remember, it was that y, 8 was on top and 2 on the bottom of the fraction. That's all we're doing, but instead of that y is y minus 3. So 8 on the top, 4 on the bottom. So it's actually y minus 3 squared. And this is my answer. Okay? Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.